Hello. Welcome everybody to our live streaming, which we're thrilled to add. We have classes in person. I teach every day but Friday, so there's plenty of times. I try and make different times and options for people. So welcome all of you. Okay, so we'll begin at first with a calming meditation. And this is a classical meditation that they used in Tibet to clear their minds before they went into theme meditations like compassion or love. Okay, so it begins by just, first of all, just focusing on your breath. Always before you begin a meditation, it's a really good practice. Just take a few minutes to focus on the sensation of your breath as it comes in and out of your body. Okay, so focus on your breath. Now on your out breath, excuse me. On your out breath, feel that you're breathing out anything you don't want in your heart or your mind, any worry, any frustration, any intolerance of others or of yourself. Feel that you breathe that out on a cloud of smoke, which goes far into the universe and disappears. Every out breath. Just letting go. Let yourself feel the pleasure of meditating. So breathe out, let your shoulders relax, let your heart relax. Breathe out everything you don't want in a cloud of smoke. Notice how good it feels to let go of those things. Letting go, letting go. Let yourself start to feel the peace of letting go of your worries. Just breathing them out. Now on your in-breath, picture that you are breathing in light. You're under a shower of light from the Buddhas and the enlightened beings that fill your whole body, especially your heart. Be willing to accept that beautiful energy. Open your heart. And for the next 3 minutes, just let yourself enjoy the sense of being showered with light. We are totally safe. Now we'll do the liberating prayer, which is a prayer to Buddha Shakyamuni, the Buddha. And it's called the liberating prayer because he teaches us the path to liberating ourselves from suffering, from any dissatisfaction or worry or pain that we have. The liberating path. He's teaching us how to get there. So all the teachings of Buddha give us greater happiness, greater peace. They're really quite wonderful. So you love all beings without exception. That means we are totally loved, like we have never been loved before. So it's quite a wonderful path. And it ends with us thinking of others, of course. Blessed One, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasure, your compassion bestow supreme love. You know moments without exception, are the source of happiness and wonder. And you guide us to the liberating path. Your body is a ritual religion. Your speech is something purifying nectar. And your mind is refuge for all living. Folded hands I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request strong, never depths of my heart. Please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind. and my mental continue. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with unceasing and cry of delight. Your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you. May your suffering quickly cease, and your happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may the Dharma flourish forever. I am singing into the mic in the hopes that that will help our sound come through on the verse. Apparently Zoom cuts out background noise, so it figures the prayers and the music is background noise, but it's not, it's the prayers of the music. So I'm singing along, seeing if maybe that helps Zoom pick it up better. So, okay, so I wanted to look at some ideas. We are a Mahayana pathway, which means that we seek to reach enlightenment through compassion and love for others. We seek enlightenment because then we know we'll be the most powerful to be able to help people. Because right now our prayers help, being a good person helps, but boy, we want to build it more and more and more so it can really, really help our society, our world. So that's our reason for enlightenment. So the Mahayana tradition, we talk a lot about loving and increasing our love. So today I want to look at building our love. Now, some of you may have heard some of these ideas before. They're classical, beautiful Buddhist ideas. Gela Decken says, don't think, oh, I've heard that before, and just think, oh, I've heard that before. She said, think instead, is this a profound and deep realization in my heart? Do I live it every day? Has it changed my whole being? Because that's what we're aiming for, is letting the teachings, as we hear them again and again, each time to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Geshe-la, my teacher, whose picture is above me, says that we need to hear the teachings hundreds of times until they become deep and profound realizations. So that's what we're aiming for, deep and profound realizations. So one thing that we need, a big thing that we need for loving others, is just patience with other people, patience with ourselves, okay? Sometimes they say the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We tend to be harder on ourselves than other people, and we can change that, okay? We want to include ourselves in building our love. So patience, we want to really build a quality of acceptance. It's patient acceptance, being able to accept people, being able to accept their life. These are so beautiful. Since it's impossible to fulfill all our desires or stop unwanted things from happening to us, we hate that part. We want everything to be perfect. Nothing bad should ever happen to me. Of course, it could happen to other people, but nothing bad should ever happen to me. But so it's unrealistic, okay? We need to find a different way of relating to frustrated desires and unwanted occurrences. This is life in our world. We take them as practice opportunities. Buddhism is very strong. It teaches you how to take anything and take it as a learning opportunity. So we need to find a different way of relating to frustrated desires and unwanted occurrences. We need to learn patient acceptance. Patience is a mind that is able to accept fully and happily whatever occurs. It's much more than just gritting our teeth and putting up with things, which is how we're kind of taught patience in the general society. I'm being very patient. You know? It's more than that. It's a grand, strong mind. Being patient means welcoming wholeheartedly whatever arises, having given up the idea that things, and I like to add our people, should be other than what they are. It is always bad to be patient. There's no situation so bad that it cannot be accepted patiently with an open, accommodating, and peaceful heart. And having been through a lot of adversity, this teacher knows what he's talking about. And he goes on to say, even dying in the midst of cancer or COVID or under torture, even though your body can be ruined, your mind can still be at peace, which is, not exactly how we would meet those situations now, but we can aim for it. We have really beautiful, wonderful examples of very experienced teachers in this tradition. So there's always something wonderful to go to. And now that things are live streamed, it's really, really easy. I just love it. So we want to practice. If we want to be able to accept life and accept other people and increase our love, we have to practice, okay? I know this sounds hard, but it's true. We do have to practice. Just like practicing a piano or practicing your cursor. Remember how when you were learning cursive, it seems so hard, all those little letters, and they make little curly cues, and it seems so hard, and now it's nothing. Now you just whip off a note like nothing. It's practice, okay? So with everything we need to take as a practice opportunity, by learning to accept the small difficulties and hardships that arise in everyday life in the course of our lives, not letting ourselves be annoyed by them. In fact, I find it helpful, like when you're starting to be annoyed with a situation or a person, if you just say patience in your mind, and just reminding you that patience is a mind like a mountain. It's strong, or like the depths of the sea. It can handle anything that happens to us. So a lot of stuff will happen to us in this life and in our death and in the next life. So we need to learn that quality of being able to accept things. So if we practice the patience, we see, by learning to accept the small difficulties and hardships that arise every day in the course of our lives, gradually our capacity for patient acceptance will increase. And eventually we'll know for ourselves the freedom and joy that true patience brings. So we're just learning to have a heart that's unshakable, really. Just learning to be peaceful. In fact, a beautiful meditation that Kadampa, a longtime teacher in New York City, teaches is in the morning before you get out of bed, tune into being peaceful. Watch your breath, tune to that sensation as it comes in and out of your body, and then drop down to your heart and feel peace, okay? And you'll find that you can do this because peace is part of our deep being. So if you practice just before you get out of bed, then you have a nice way to just start whatever you're doing out of bed, like maybe some more practices or maybe your cup of coffee or tea. But, heading into life, heading into your day with a peaceful mind, it's so beautiful. Shantideva says in Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, and a bodhisattva is somebody who's well on their way to becoming enlightened. If something can be remedied, why be unhappy about it? If there's no remedy for it, there's still no point in being unhappy. It's so logical, If something can be remedied, why be unhappy about it? We just do something, okay? And if there's no remedy for it, there's still no point in being unhappy. We are wasting our energy. We're wasting our energy if we let ourselves dip down. And that's where we practice. And I think a really critical element in practice is being so patient, so kind with ourselves. Because if we're patient and kind with ourselves, we'll keep with it. If we're too ambitious and we're pushing too hard, it'll push us right out of the path. So we want to just be really gentle with ourselves. Gentle. So if we want to increase our love for others and our love for ourselves, remember, include yourself in your love circle. We want to shift our focus from ourself, being obsessed with ourselves. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think in general, like, we think about ourselves a lot. Am I too hot? Am I too cold? Am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Am I happy? Am I unhappy? Am I discontented? We think about ourselves a lot. So what we want to do is, if we throw that emotional energy out to other people, then we start appreciating other people. We can appreciate the people in our life more. We can be a beacon of hope and love for our environment. Because right now, our environment needs an awful lot of love. Just an awful lot of love. And we all know people that are distressed in one way or another. Don't be ashamed or be too traditional not to say prayers for them. In Tibetan, they just call prayers a wish path. You're just wishing for somebody. Like my sister has knees that really hurt her, so it's getting hard to walk, So I just pray for her every day and, ask the Buddhist to help her mind and help her body. Because basically, if our mind is okay, we can handle a lot of things with our body. So, and our bodies will break down. I hate to say it, but we really will get old. Getting older myself, I think, rats, this is not as good as it could be. But it happens, and it's better than dying young. Either you get old and get lots of wrinkles, or you die young. So we want to, if we want to increase the love in our life, we need to shift from this focus where we're always worried about what we feel, what we need, and shift it to other people. When we love other people purely, that heals our problems of attachment. Attachment is when we are so kind of, we can call it sticky love, okay? Where we're love people, but we want them to act a certain way so that we feel okay. They don't know that we have that contract for them, but we do. So, that's attachment love. It's like, what are you going to do for me? And, how do I feel? Are you treating me the way I should be treated? And, you did something that just pleased me. It's like, we're always going through life kind of centered on ourselves. So if we start to throw our energy out to other people, it immediately makes us feel much more happy, because if we're thinking about other people, we can't worry about ourselves. This is a basic recipe. Think of others and you can't think of yourself so much. And if everybody in the world did that, what a different world it would be. There wouldn't be anybody engaged in snatching territory from another country, or hurting other people, killing other people. All that would just stop. So it's sort of a really nice saying for Sunday is, world peace begins with me. So you just think, I'm going to learn to be more peaceful and more loving, because that helps my environment. And remember that Buddha has said that, well, actually, Geshe has said that we're living in degenerate times. No, Buddha said that too. That we're living in degenerate times now, which you only have to watch a bit of news to agree with. But that for spiritual practitioners, this is an increasing time. So you think, what do I choose to focus on as the center of my reality? Do I want to focus on what they tell me in the news? Do I want to focus on things that bring me down? Inappropriate attention is when you're focusing on something that brings you down. Because what we want to do is we want to be happy. So we try and keep our mind uplifted, because then we not only help ourselves, we're more open to spiritual growth, and we help everybody around us. Gen Samten, who's a longtime meditator, he's the teacher at our National Center, and he went on a 3-year silent retreat. So he really knows his meditation quite well. He says, when you meditate, instead of thinking, if my meditation goes well, then I'll be happy, flip it around to, I'm just going to be happy that I'm meditating. And you'll find that you can do this if you just kind of add a little sense of, okay, it's okay to be happy. I can be happy even if I'm a terrible meditator. I'm training. So we don't need to be cool. We don't need to be able to sit on a cushion for 4 hours and not wiggle. We don't need to be able to do anything but just be happy in our meditation, to practice regularly, and to be patient, okay? Not to be ambitious, not to push, not to strive. That tightens our mind. So we just want to have an open mind and know that we're training. We're just training, and the Buddhists know that, and they love us. We're totally loved. So let me see. I'm sorry, that first book I was reading from was How to Solve Our Human Problems. In our publishing company now puts it out in white and blue, but it's the exact same insides. And this is How to Transform Your Life, a Blissful Journey. And you can get that as a free download if you like. It's a gift from the author because he cares a lot more about helping our world and making money. He's not into money. So you can, there's a little card for the ebook. You just go to how to TYL, how to transform your life, how to TYL.com/US. Okay, you can download a free copy if you like. I myself prefer a real book. I will always prefer a real book. Something I can hold in my hand, something that's real. But lots of people like free downloads because then you've got it on your phone and you can use it at work. You know, if you have 10 extra minutes or on your lunch hour or something. So it has its use, even if it's not the one that I like. So if we love everyone, you know, and this is just like a warm and friendly feeling, eventually towards everyone. If we love everyone as a mother loves her dearest child, that's quite a tall order. There will be no basis for any problems to arise because our mind will always be at peace. Love is the real protection against suffering, okay? If our heart is in a loving place, we can't suffer. We're just loving. Love, there was a t-shirt once at a festival that says, love is the real nuclear bomb that destroys enemies. Love is the real nuclear bomb that destroys enemies. So you think, oh, that's true. And we know that people that we dislike that are maybe on the other side of the political divide, or people that have annoyed us at work, or people that have hurt us in the past. We just think the laws of karma are inexorable. What you do will come back to you like a boomerang. So you just think, well, people that are acting in hurtful ways, they're just creating a terrible future for themselves. So you can let yourself relax and feel compassion for them and send them good energy and prayers. It's good to pray for anything that needs help, like praying for our country is a good thing to do. We do live in our country. So what is affectionate love? Not like romantic love, but just love, that friendly feeling. From the depths of our heart, without attachment, sticky love, we feel close, warm, and happy towards someone. This is affectionate love. Makes our mind peaceful and balanced, free from anger and attachment. So we're just trying to evolve ourselves from the kind of person that has lots of problems and worries about things and is driven by ambition and has lots of problems. Buddhism, I guarantee you, Buddhism will teach you ways to be happier and more peaceful. All of Buddha's teachings teach us the way to change our lives. There's a great little postcard that says, change your mind, change your world. Change your mind, change your world. And it's true. It's true. Some people, you know, in this very city block, you know, it's quite a safe and lovely area. But, you know, past people that are like, occasionally I'll pass somebody that's like begging for money or their face is just lined by sorrow. And you just think, in the same city block, there's all kinds of love and happiness. There's all kinds of sorrow and anger in the same city block. So it's like you just choose what you want. Choose what you want. So one of the things that we want to do is to develop equanimity in order to grow our loves. Remember, include yourself in your love circle. Love for yourself. You don't have to be perfect, okay? Just have to be kind of trying, okay? It is good if we try, sincerely try. The more sincere we are, the more our efforts will bear fruit. So we just want to sincerely try. And one of the things that we can, an attitude we can use that will help us just kind of relax around other people, whether we like them or not. We don't have to like everybody, but we can just wish them well. So equanimity is the mind that's views all people as equally important, whether they're somebody that's begging when your car drives up at a stop sign, or whether they're Queen of England. Everybody's equal. Equanimity is that mind. Developing equanimity is like plowing a field, clearing our mind of the rocks and weeds of anger and attachment. Anger in all its forms, judgment, criticism, condemnation, just being annoyed with others, irritation. These are all little forms of anger that we want to get before they grow into big anger. So developing equanimity is like plowing a field, cleaning our mind of the rocks and weeds of anger and attachment, and thereby making it possible for true love to grow. We need to learn that to develop affectionate love for everyone, so that our own problems of anger and attachment will cease, and we can benefit others effectively. Through continually training, we should try to become familiar with this practice. In this way, we'll maintain a good heart all the time. And one of the benefits of having a good, loving heart is it feels good. The more we can be there, it feels good. It feels good. So it's not like, doggone it, I have to love everybody. It's a bummer. It's like the more that we can actually love and feel kindly towards other people, even people that are making terrible mistakes in their life, the better energy we send out to the world. Through practicing equanimity, through practicing love, we'll maintain a good heart all the time. And this will give us good results in this life and in our countless future lives. So we want to at least consider the idea that there are many, many lives coming. Okay? So we don't want to act just selfishly for what we want, trying to get what we want in this life, reputation or money or houses or, all the stuff that we grasp at in this life. What we want to do is saying that whether I die penniless is not as important as in what mode I die. Okay. A friend of mine who's a very interesting friend, she said, there's no point in not dying penniless. We can't take it with us anyway. So there's no point in not dying penniless. So we just think it's all right. Basically, our money stuff is all right. And if we have an open and loving heart, enough will come to us. All we need is enough. There's an old Chinese saying that the man who knows he has enough is a rich man. So what we want to do is not worry about our money and our savings and our just all the stuff we worry about in relation to money. Not to worry about it, but just to cultivate an attitude of trust. We still try and be wise and don't, spend foolishly, and we try and save a little bit, but basically not to be uptight about it, because everything will work out. And the more open-hearted our heart is, the more things can come to us. Okay, we become like a magnet for good things to come to us, which is very, very wonderful. Now, one of the ways that we want to love other people, we're developing equanimity, a mind that views all people as equal, and we're working on developing our love, is we're trying not to focus on their faults. And this includes not focusing on our faults too. We need to know what we're working on, but we should never identify with it. We should know that I'm working on anger or worry or being too in myself or whatever. Okay, know that what we should need to know what we're working on. Delusions, negative states of mind are what make us unhappy. So if we know that we're unhappy in some area, we know that that's an area we need to work on. Okay, so we keep working on ourselves, but we don't identify ourselves with our problems. Okay, we don't think, gosh, I'm an anxious person or I'm an angry person. we don't identify with our negative states of mind, our problems. We work on them, but we know we're different. They can all be cleared away, and our basic loving nature can come out. But it says our basic nature is loving, compassionate, peaceful. So we're just clearing away the dross, like it's kind of like raking the leaves off the lawn in the fall, so the grass can grow. So being aware of not identifying ourselves with our problems and not identifying other people with their problems either, with their problems, their faults. Instead, if we want to increase our love and our good relationships, focus on the good qualities of others, then our false pride will decrease and we will come to regard people as important and precious. As a result, our love and compassion will increase and we'll naturally engage in virtuous actions. If we are feeling loving and compassionate, we're going to do good stuff, okay? Why would you want to steal from somebody if you were being loving and compassionate? You wouldn't, Why would you want to speak harshly to them or snidely or give them the cold shoulder if you're feeling like kind of loving and compassionate? If we do this, we'll gain the respect and friendship of many people. Only good can come from contemplating good qualities of others. Whereas beings often look for faults in others, bodhisattvas look solely for good qualities. And advice from Atisha's heart. Atisha was a great master in this tradition 1,000 years ago. Atisha says, do not look for faults in others, but look for faults in yourself and purge them like bad blood. You're just working on them, take them away. So contemplate the good qualities of others and respect everyone. Love and respect everyone. So I want to we can become so much if we concentrate on it. Spirituality is not something we do just alone and for ourselves. It's something we do to cultivate our heart so that we're just a better and better person in this world. We want to be just the best kind of person we can, because this not only makes us happier in this life, makes the people around us happier, but we're creating good karma for our future lives. And always, if you have to die anytime, well, you're going to die, we're all going to die, but whenever you do die, try and meet your death with a peaceful mind, a peaceful, happy, loving mind. If we're peaceful at the moment of death, that helps us take a good rebirth. So many rebirths, many chances to learn, many chances to grow. So we will all keep growing and we'll all reach enlightenment eventually. Buddha has said that. So we need to be when we're growing our love for others, we also grow our loves for ourselves. We're patient with others. We're patient with ourselves. We overlook the faults of others. We still are practical, okay? But we overlook the faults of others. We overlook our own faults and know that we can identify with our goodness and work on our faults, keep working. So we just make everything better and better. Okay, so let's do our second set of prayers. I am all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I am all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I am all sentient beings until we achieve enlightenment. Go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Through the virtues I collect my giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect my giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect my giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from misery. May no one ever be separated from that happiness. May everyone have equanimity, free from hatred and attachment. In the space before me is the living Buddha Shakyamuni, surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, like the full moon surrounded by stars. With mind, body, speech, and mind, humbly I prostrate, and make offerings both set out and imagined. I confess my wrong deeds from all time, and rejoice in the virtues of all. Please stay until samsara ceases, and turn the wheel of Dharma for us. I dedicate all virtues to great enlightenment. The ground sprinkled with perfume and spread with flowers, the great mountain for land, sun, and moon, seen as a Buddha land and offered thus. May all beings enjoy such pure lands. I offer without any sense of loss the objects that give rise to my attachment, hatred, and confusion. My friends, enemies, and strangers, our bodies and enjoyments. Please accept these and bless me to be released directly from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratnam Mandarakam Niryachaya. The path begins with strong reliance on my kind teacher, source of all good. Oh, bless me with this understanding to follow him with great devotion. This human life with all its freedoms extremely bright, with so much meaning. Oh, bless me with this understanding all day and night to seize its essence. My body like a water bubble decays and dries so very quickly. After death come results of karma, just like the shadow of the body. With this for knowledge and remembrance, bless me to be extremely cautious, always avoiding harmful actions and gathering abundant virtue. Samsara's pleasures are deceptive, give no contentment, only torment. So please bless me to strive sincerely to gain the bliss of perfect freedom. Oh, bless me so that from this pure thought come mindfulness and greatest caution, to keep as my essential practice the doctrine through the bright emotion. Just like myself, oh my kind mothers are drowning in samsara's ocean. Oh, so that I may soon release them, bless me to train in Buddhism. But I cannot become a Buddha by this alone without three ethics. So bless me with the strength to practice the Bodhisattva's ordination. I pacifying my distractions and analyzing perfect meanings. Bless me to quickly gain the union of special insight and quiescence. When I become a pure containment through common paths, bless me to enter the essence practice of good fortune, the supreme vehicle Vajrayana. The two attainments both depend on my sacred vows and my commitment. Bless me to understand this clearly and keep them at the cost of my life. By constant practice in perfections the way explained by holy teachers. Oh, bless me to gain both the stages which are the essence of the contrast. May those who guide me on the good path of my companions all have aligned. Bless me to pacify completely all obstacles, outer and inner. May I always find perfect teachers and take delight in holy Dharma. Accomplish all ground and path swiftly and gain the state of Ashta. Streams of light and nectar flow down, granting blessings and purifying. So feel those blessings showering down upon you like a shower of light. Now engage in the first stage of meditation, which is contemplation. So in your contemplation, think of all the people in your life that you could increase your love towards, and include yourself. How to be more loving towards yourself, and how to be more loving to the people or animals in your life. Just picture that. Let your heart feel generous towards those people, helpful and friendly. And now in the second stage of meditation, placement meditation, we hold a single thought in our heart. And we hold in our heart the determination, I will cherish, love other people more and myself. I will love other people more and myself. For the last 2 minutes. Feel yourself as a radiant sun of love, and that you can radiate love, kindness, friendliness to all the people that you meet in your daily life. And we end our meditation with a dedication of that merit, and the merit or positive energy we created today by attending and practicing our meditation, listening to Buddhist teachings. We dedicate that we may reach enlightenment for the sake of others. And we end the class with a short dedication from the prayers.
Through the virtues I have collected, by practicing the stages of the path, may all living beings find the opportunity to practice in the same way. May everyone experience the happiness of humans and gods, and quickly attain enlightenment, so that samsara is finally extinguished.
So, thank you for coming to class. Just a few announcements. On the 20th, Saturday the 20th, which is next Saturday, there will be a longer course, like a double class, and that'll be an overview of the 6 perfections. And then the next 6 weeks after that, we'll work in more depth on each of the perfections. And these perfections are perfections because they're what bodhisattvas practice to reach enlightenment. All the way up to enlightenment, they're practicing these. And with a mind of bliss, meditating on emptiness, all of this is combined. So we're going to do an overview of that, and that's on the 20th from 11 to 1:30. And then we have a community meeting the next Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll have our usual class at 11. And the community meeting is something we do about once a year. It's not too onerous, but there'll be a very short report by the board as to the status of our community. Then there'll be a video, I think it's about 20 minutes, maybe a wee bit longer, of our International Center and how they bought an old Richmond's house that was almost falling down. They bought it on a song, on a gamble, and they replaced every single timber in the whole place, working overhead, doing the overhead paintings that rich houses used to have in those days. And now that's our International Center, houses 100 permanent residents, and that's where the international festivals happen. So that's kind of an inspiring video to learn a little bit about our International Center. Then we'll have a short meeting on how it helps the center if one becomes an official member. And then that's good. And there'll be little membership forms that'll come up on your video afterwards. This will all be live streamed. We have an empowerment on May 1st, and this will be the empowerment of Buddha Vajrasattva, the Buddha that purifies negative karma, purifies negative minds. Currently, if you're feeling unhappy, you can start saying the mantra Vajrasattva over and over again, and also purifies our karma from, any misdeeds we've done in our many prior lives. So that'll be an all-day event on May 1st, and the information to register from that will be up, up about April 1st. And that we do POA, prayers for the recently deceased, once a month, usually on the first Saturday. On that Saturday, it will be after the next Saturday. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, if I'm forgetting it, I am forgetting it. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. Oh, I know what I was forgetting. I'm going to take off my teaching robes, and then people want to stay and visit for a few minutes can do that. You can just unmute your mic. So that's what I was forgetting. We can chat a little afterwards. We can't do tea and cookies, okay? But we can say hi a little bit to each other. You just need to unmute your mic. Let me take off my teaching robes, and I'll be right back.